Good morning. Hope everybody's having a great day. I'm kind of running behind. I started, was working on a graphic and I just totally forgot about the time. But then again, that's me. Good morning, Major. How are you doing this today? You all right? Up and about early? Not sure where Todd's at this morning, but that's okay. Good morning, Bumcrack. You need to lay down. Okay, thank you. Um, I have a question. Okay, lag. Good morning, Mr. Sadie. Who's all in here? Good morning, Major Win. Good morning, Bumcrack. Good morning, Mr. Sadie. Good morning, Lag. My question is the first question is, because I have many today. Good morning, Ping. Um, good morning, Mike. Back when you guys always have the answers, Mike. Uh, and there's a link if anybody wants to join me. Back during the pandemic, did you notice whether your number of returns went up or stayed flat or went down? Any answers? Or do you remember? Because most of you people are old people, except for Ping and Major Win. Good morning, Anissa. Did he use all of his bandwidth uploading a 2 hour video, Mr. Sadie? So your returns have been higher lag. Um, but as far as the heat of the pandemic, it stayed about the same. You're a lady, Ping. I was being nice. Um, Even the economy slowed down, our returns increased. Do you think people are looking at maybe a shortage of cash and they were having buyer's remorse? Yeah, he always does. Good morning, John. Sorry, I was catching up with the. I've had two returns since I started in 2001, so that's a no for you. Buyer's remorse. They need more money elsewhere. That's what I'm thinking too. And and I need to stop watching YouTube videos in the news. But I think there's a lot of people that is concerned about how November is going to go, and it doesn't matter which side of the fence you're on. Uh, People are worried about that. Hang on a minute. Election. Um, there's 182 days to the 2024 election. And like I said, I think people are kind of concerned about their money, which, there's a lot of free money out there floating around when the pandemic was going on, and all of that has come to a complete stop now. North Carolina just sent out their last checks that was related to that. Are you being sarcastic, Mr. Sadie? Are you being sarcastic, Mike, or are you being serious? We sell mostly uncommon vintage clothes, respectively, so it's not good fit. They sell it themselves. Um, and with all that being said, is anyone? I mean, are people looking at their business? Because pretty much what everybody sells is what they is I want kind of stuff, not I need stuff, unless it's a part or whatever. Do you think he's serious? Well, you never know, Anissa. Mike just falls. He jumps from one side of the fence to the other. He can't make up his mind where he's at. But like Major Win, they sell vintage clothes. I mean, that's something that people want, not necessarily what they need. Um, so are people? Oh, there's Todd now. Good morning, Todd.
Howdy.
Howdy. So, do you think? I mean, so with this in mind, and it's 182 days to the election, and nobody knows what the hell is going to go on there, and just with what's going on in the world in general, um, I mean, I think money's tightening up because I was watching on
Hi, Ping. Hi, everybody.
the British government channel, and there was a House member that was bitching because India set a satellite on the dark side of the moon, yet they're wanting $150 million from the British government. And his concern was, our people, the people of my constituents, is needs that more money than a country that has the money available to spend billions of dollars to put a satellite on the moon. So with all that being said, um, I think across the board that people are starting to really tighten up on their money and their spending, and So what's your thoughts on it, Todd? Are you just going to keep on doing like you always do, or are you going to like turn up the heat and try to make some money, or
My thoughts on what?
on
What's the question?
how the economy, the direction the economy's heading in, how's it affecting your business? How's it going to affect your business?
Well,
My, well, first, wait a minute. Let me back up. My first question was,
okay. I won't answer the question
you
because you
can
won't let me.
you can answer it. You can answer it in just a second. The first question was back during the pandemic. Did you see your returns go up, or coming out of the pandemic? Did you see your returns going up, or did they remain flat, or no change?
Uh, I
Could
don't
you?
see much difference between now and then. It's about the same. Too many, but
Oh God.
yeah, the downturn in the economy, I think it hurt sales. It has hurt sales, but yet I have sold more the last year and a half than the whole rest of my selling. Um, and I think that's because I've just become a better reseller, a better picker, a better lister, a better photographer, a better shipper. Um, I think I think I've just, you know, by taking a little bit from every reseller who gives tips, I'll pick out one or two out of a video and go, huh, I think I could do that.
You're watching the wrong reseller if you're just getting the tip.
So, but yeah,
Wow.
my 2024 is up like almost 30% from the same period 2023, and I think it's just because I'm becoming a better, just better at everything that reselling takes. It's uh but yeah, I think we would have a lot more buyers buying more stuff if the economy didn't suck, if inflation didn't take. It's what is it? It's like 20% higher. The groceries, gasoline, everything's 25% higher than it was before the pandemic. That's got to hurt, right?
20%. What land are you living in?
Well, I know. I'm just
He
spouting
was.
off a few numbers. It's probably more than that.
Most stuff is 50 to 70% higher. Easy.
Okay. So if wages don't increase to keep pace, then
I
yeah.
mean, look at the effect that the price of gasoline has. Uh, on inauguration day, gas here was I saved the damn picture 189 a gallon. I got gas yesterday for 315.
Yeah. So it's like
That's that's
uh
67%.
even though my store is up 25% in sales, that's probably just only keeping up with inflation.
Right.
But
So, um, but
But
yeah, I think we have fewer buyers, or the buyers that we have are not buying as much.
but the inflation number, Larry, Mr. Sadie, it's manipulated. Whenever they want to make it, they change the things that they measure it on. Go to the grocery store. And, I mean, something like a simple. I remember a couple of years ago, a can of Pringles was 99 cents. Go to a damn convenience store and buy a candy bar at $2.30 some cents, $2 for a regular size candy bar. I mean, go buy. When I was in Walgreens last week, a 20-ounce drink was $2.59. It's just, I mean,
yeah,
it,
I remember, back before the pandemic, You could go to a grocery store and they would have sales. You know, I don't see any sales now unless it's on quick perishable goods. You know, like you go into the area and they have buy one get one free. Most of the canned goods and things like that, um, it's you're paying straight retail price or manufacturer suggested retail price.
And go to a quick service restaurant. Oh my God, go look at the prices at a McDonald's. Go order a combo at a Whataburger and tell me if you come out under like $11. And
Well,
heaven forbid you do Five Guys and go try to eat at Five Guys and order a hamburger, fries, and drink for less than $25-$30 by yourself.
good morning, American Honey. Good morning, Tactical Z. I'm sorry I didn't see y'all come in. Bum crack. I was not the comment about the British government and the House member, the honorable member. Um, I mean, I was agreeing with what he was saying. It's like if a country has the billions of dollars to put a satellite on the moon, then they don't need our $150 million or whatever the amount was. They don't need our money. And now that India has fallen in line with the British, I mean, with the Russian Chinese market, whatever they call it, you know, um, they shouldn't be. Nobody should. If you're moving away from the American dollar, then you need to go to them to get your money instead of us. Good morning, Beth. But anyway, that's what that comment was about. Maybe there's some people that some politicians are starting to realize that the people that they work for is not happy with things, how money's being spent. And I don't even want to get into the new budget that the president has put together. But anyway,
He
like
doesn't know his own fucking name. He ain't put shit together.
he's, I heard him on news last night, and he sounded like he'd had a stroke.
If
And I'm
that's
not,
even
and I'm not making fun of anybody that has had a stroke because my father had four of them before he died. I'm just
so you,
saying he
so
just
you would recognize what it looks like.
yeah. Um,
Hey, how come this show was supposed to be on Todd's channel? According to Primo, Todd goes live all the time, and I'm like, I mean, what the hell? He's on like Mondays and Fridays.
I don't even know
Tom,
what's
Tom,
primo.
you get no credit, Tom. You're like Rodney Danger. You're the Rodney Dangerfield of the reselling world. You get no respect, no respect.
Oh, Primo just didn't know.
What is primo?
Primo Kimo.
He's a reseller.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, he has a real fun show.
Um. So Todd sells pretty much what people want, not what they need. Scott sells a lot of the I need stuff. The big girl panties. Shout out to the big girls.
They got me yesterday, bitches. I got two returns yesterday because they don't know the size of their own ass. One of them, not as described, which, and the other one was I ordered too large. I'm like, that's wishful thinking. It probably made your cut off your circulation. You fat.
The opinions of one of the panel members is not necessarily the opinions of all the panel members. Scott, why don't you take? I keep telling you, why don't you just spend the day and send Jacob to the daggum flea market with a van load of those damn panties and see if he can't hustle them and be done with it. And then just don't go back so they can't return them.
On my tombstone, somebody just put on there the big bitches finally got him.
No, Anissa will drive. Anissa will drive to Alabama and hang a pair of big girl panties on your tombstone. Oh Lord. Uh,
So, but on a brighter topic, I've got some used ones to sell if somebody wants a deal.
no, thank you. Lag.
They 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 smell like cottage cheese and rotten eggs. Y'all ready?
Okay, I'm just going to throw up right now. We don't need the descriptions of your returned big girl panties.
Ugh.
That's just nasty. Uh, Good morning, Texas Bandit. A big girl rant. Yeah, he's got to run their major win. You been following these three people long enough to know about the big girl panties? Scott, real quick, like Scott bought like a tractor trailer load of those damn things, and they're like 2x to 5x or something of that sort, and he's been hustling them on Amazon. And some of the girls apparently do not know the size of their bottoms, so he gets back returns saying, "I'm sorry, they're too small."
Every now and then too big, but we don't believe them.
Yeah.
They want to make themselves feel better as they went for another box of donuts.
Those big girls need one of these things right here.
Damn right they do.
What is that?
It's a
Tape measure.
I think it's called a tape measure. You know.
Okay. I
But
wasn't sure.
do do a big do big girl hips go more than 60 inches? I don't know.
Probably not. You probably have to get two of those and put them together.
Okay.
Yeah, Scott. And this says you need to put a disclaimer in that says, "Please know how big you are."
Assometer.
Tactical Z. That's just if you're talking about his used ones. That's just nasty.
You could just say, may run small, order the next size up.
I need to put a copy of a mirror from the side of your car and say objects may appear larger.
Yeah. Roberta says that you need to put a notice saying sizes might run smaller. You order the size larger.
I've seen that before.
Because they do, that is an issue with sizes apparently.
Uh,
I go to the fat boy section and get what I can get. Actually, I go to the fat and tall store and buy mine.
right. So if we're having a reasonable discussion on reselling, which God forbid we do that, I notice that my pictures are always this photo box always makes them look kind of gray, and the iPhone will not allow without paying for other programs will not allow you to change the white balance, but the old Samsung will. So I switched to the Samsung yesterday to start taking pictures. It's it's amazing how much brighter and better the pictures are. I mean, because that's a Band-Aid picture. See how nice and bright, no
Right.
gray around it. Uh, let's go.
Uh, Major Win says that the size 10 is different from what it is back during the vintage clothes era.
But if you look how dark that one is compared to that's an
Yeah.
iPhone, the iPhone versus the Galaxy. See how much different the picture is.
But
One is dark gray, the other one's much brighter background.
I use that brightener tab on pictures on eBay all the time.
Yeah, I ain't using that.
I don't use it.
Never did.
So
Just buckle up though. If you don't think this is bad enough, I'm telling you, by the end of this year, and they realize there's no Democrat they can't put him in jail, they can't fine him, they can't gag him because every time they do, it pisses everybody off. And when he's going to pick some female to run with him, and they can't beat Trump, and they decide that World War III is coming, and they attack our infrastructure, and they try to delay the elections, and the economy really crashes, folks. This shit's coming. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I am wrong.
Yep.
well, like I started back at the beginning of the show, I was saying, it doesn't matter which side of the fence you're on. Everybody is screaming the end of the world in 182 days.
and we're all the victim. I mean, it don't matter left, right, purple hair. You identify as a cat or as a conservative Christian. It doesn't matter. We're all going to equally face this this insanity, which we've allowed to happen because we've allowed our government to be taken over by a select group of people, and they just don't give two fucks about any of us. They don't care. It's the illusion that they care. You know, they pander to different groups of people. I mean, they're bringing these illegals in, and we are the world's prison right now for a reason, folks. They're going to use these people against us. It's coming. You better be ready. I'm telling you, it's coming. I hope I'm wrong. I hope y'all tell me next year, Beard, you're full of shit, and I will apologize to every one of you. But I don't think I'm wrong this time.
Vintage Memories is asking, are the Advantage ground boxes going to be free?
Yeah, they haven't said yet, but I think they are.
Okay. You know, I remember when my mom was a size 10, and
They're already free.
that was a small. I mean, to me, that was my mom was not never a big woman.
Spray
She
paint any box and they're free.
do what?
You can spray paint any priority box and they're free.
Uh, um,
Yeah, the sizes. I mean, I mess around, but women's clothing from one brand to the next. There's no guys clothing an extra large. I wear an extra large and everything. You, but there's no. Oh my god, the women's clothes from one size 10 to another size 10. It could be some supermodel to trying to think who's fucking Oprah.
well,
Like,
we kind of spread out the older we get. I remember when I wore a 27-inch waistline. Um, Good morning, Felix. Um, so anyway, with all this being said, has anybody been thinking about making changes to the way they're doing things? If it's nothing more than turning up on the heat on listing, or are you just letting it ride to see if all the naysayers are just causing problems? And while you are typing a book out,
yeah, they were Larry. They were talking on Primo show yesterday about who are the older, and they were giving James some credit for being around. James is not. Did some research, but he didn't do any teaching back in the day. There are OGs out there, and I got no credit whatsoever. What the hell? I've been doing live shows forever, teaching people how to do. How many shows have me and Dusty and Eric did teaching people back in the day about reselling theory and everything else? You know, that's where a lot of this stuff came from. That when we were making videos, there wasn't nobody talking.
Felix, I thought about you a couple of days ago. I was watching a YouTube video, and it's I believe he's up in New York or New Jersey. He sells high-end watches like $30,000 price, because that's the topic of the show. Was this guy, one of the regular buyers, bought a $30,000 watch, and then he stopped payment on the check, and of course everybody's going into a tailspin, and the owner of the company is telling the buyer that, you know, you stop payment on a check that crossed state line, that's a federal offense, blah 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 blah. The buyer wanted to make 4 payments, equal payments, and they just weren't having any of that. Anyway, I thought about you. Not that you would stop payment on a check or anything like that, but just because it was high end watches.
Felix, he delivers and he takes cash.
Yeah.
You know, Felix shows up in a trench coat, opens his trench coat. Now, which watch did you want?
Yeah. Look here, you can choose all of these Rolexes right here.
Yeah, so Vintage Memories is right. You can only control what you can control. You gotta until I mean, you just got to keep working until Armageddon and all that crazy. And even when all that craziness happens, if you can blot out a lot of that and continue to focus, there's a there's a huge segment of this population that will just continue to do what they do and act like nothing's happening. Yeah, Eric, I remember all those guys. Um, wasn't one of the guys named like Dwayne or something.
Good morning,
Uh,
Greg.
he lived in Florida. He drove a Honda minivan or something. I think that's what his name.
Um,
Yeah, you truly got to continue to keep working on shipping because it changes so frequently. I can't tell you how much better off I am with. I've changed some boxes and really look. Imagine this: I looked at the product that I was wanting to sell and move the most, and bought boxes that were perfect for those. It's amazing. Then found a cheap box. I'm getting the Boxery has them. You got to look around too, folks. The Boxery's cheapest price on their website matches Amazon, but you got to pay shipping, so it makes them like $54. On eBay, they're like $52. On Amazon, they're $39.95 free shipping. Same company, the Boxery.
when you're talking about factions, you're talking about the different reseller groups, YouTube reseller groups. Major Win.
I don't care about it. Dougie Fresh. Don't put me in any of them. I don't care about any of them. I just do what I do. I'll tell you what I think. I try to tell you my best experiences with reselling. And really, I've come and it's working well this year. The biggest thing you can do in the reselling is to work on your business skills because the better a business person you are, the better decisions you make all the way around for your business, which trickles down. Um, it trickles down to all aspects from buying to selling to listing to organization. I'm telling you, if you fix up here, you can fix the rest of it.
Thank you, Lag.
Team Tom.
Team Towel. Where he comes up with this stuff.
Can you need to make me more clear? Your team Roberta who controls Tom. So there you go.
Yeah.
Can we be correct in this?
Hmm.
Lag said he was Team Tom, but Scott corrected him and said, no, you're Team Roberta who controls Team Tom. She's sitting right over there. Um, I really don't care. I only listen to the people that I know that's doing well. Scott and Bridget and Todd and Beth and you know.
Yeah, some of them don't have anything to gain, and I'm not. And that's one reason I like listening. Josh Galt because he has no reason to tell you any difference because he's not monetized. He don't care. He comes on just out of just looking for community and contact and opportunity. You know, what do I make? $13 a week on a live show. Woohoo! That won't even buy me a meal at freaking Whataburger. What the hell?
We don't
It's
even. What the water bugger?
they're coming your way, man. Because we got and this time last year we had none, and now we have 5.
uh, it's either them or In and Out's coming to Charlotte.
It's Whataburger.
Whataburger's coming to Charlotte.
Yeah, In and Out is a couple years out. They are building a headquarters in Nashville to come this way, but they're
Okay.
still here. Culver's is the other one. Culver's came here last year too. There's 5 of them now.
I don't really like them.
What? That's blasphemy right there.
I don't. Culver's, isn't that the place down there at Carowinds?
Yes.
Yeah, they're okay.
Bite your tongue. Okay.
It's getting to the point though that you might as well go to the Longhorn than to go to McDonald's or Burger King or any of those. Get your daggum pork chop and a baked potato and a salad and a glass of sweet tea and call it a frickin' day.
5 p.m. Central wing night tonight. 75-cent wings. Come join us. Tailgaters on Winchester.
Dang.
Baseball, if you can't get ungate in Hasbro, would you please quit? Just just pack it up. Go find you one of these so you can fill out some applications.
Say that again. Good morning,
If you can't
Jim.
get ungated in Hasbro.
Uh, um,
See, look, there's Jim. I'm trying to support you guys from you foreign invaders to our southern borders. I'm trying to support you guys.
those were some good pictures, Tara. She posted some pictures of her writing on Facebook back when she was young. She said younger, so I don't know how younger she was, but anyway, I was like I said, I need to quit watching so much news and watching YouTube. But
Yeah.
apparently, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, split yesterday or last week. They uh, like a third of the city is splitting off and wanting to become their own town of St. George.
Felix, you wait there with a big sign. I'll be there this
What's he
afternoon.
saying, Beard? I need to write it out. Can you
Across
pick
the
me up?
Rio Grande. Keep waiting. I'll be right there.
I
How
forget
many,
your.
how many watches and how much of that cash you got? I'll be there.
That's right.
Yeah, you're right, Jim. Most people consider Kentucky part of the South, but I'm still out on that one.
Mr. Sadie and his Elvis. Thank y'all. Thank you very much.
Can't believe Tom was talked so bad about Wisconsin. It's terrible.
Wisconsin. Wisconsin is cold. So that's all I'm going to say about Wisconsin.
They've got cheese curds, fried cheese curds. They're pretty solid.
I guess they got to be better than the ones I've had down here. If not, then people need to rethink their what they like because these down here did not have any flavor to them at all.
But it's just amazing though how many people uh, do the Ostrich method of reselling when things are going bad. When the same thing as when things are going good, they stick their head in the sand because it's just as important as when things are going good to continue to improve and look for even more opportunity as it is to try to problem solve when things are not going your way. But so many people just stick their head in the sand and go, "Oh my God, it's eBay's fault." They're standing out in front of the bus that's coming down the highway, and they go, I wonder if that bus is going to move. I wonder that bus is probably going to kill me. Oh my God, that bus is going to hit me. Well, no shit. How about you walk out the way?
I'll agree with that, Tara, because I'm assuming that's Tara that's running the computer this morning.
Tara, did your horse win the Kentucky Derby, Tara? That's probably why y'all been missing so long that y'all had to train for the Kentucky Derby. Hmm.
Uh,
Don't worry.
yeah.
In Antarctica, the aliens could resurrect you. So there you go. Down there on their base by the ice wall.
What was it? A few years ago, Nikki Popular Picker was talking about had been 13 below zero for a couple of months. Hell no.
Every time somebody mentions the word Wisconsin, you know what the mental image of me comes up is what's his name in The Shining with all that just ice all over him like that.
Yeah.
That's the mental image. Every time it could be dead in the middle of summer, somebody go Wisconsin, I go, damn, that's cold.
I mean,
Getting paid.
everybody loves where they live at. That like South Carolina has a lot of faults, and I'll agree with that. But it's home, my home state, and it's the best in my opinion.
It's just a little brother to North Carolina. How can it be the best?
Well, we're better. South Carolina's better.
Everybody tell the truth. When somebody says the Carolinas, you immediately think about North Carolina. Let's be for real. Although we got one over on North Carolina this weekend.
What'd you say?
There was a big center that was choosing between Alabama and North Carolina. When did you ever think Alabama would start beating people out for basketball players? North Carolina is just, you might as well pack them up. They're done. There's a chance if we've got two players that are testing out the NBA draft now, they can come back if they so choose in the next couple of weeks. If they both come back, there's a huge. This is scary, folks. That Alabama will be preseason number one in basketball.
Is it
That's
already started that crap again?
because of who we've got, and we've got the number two ranked class. And if we pick up the top two players in the portal, plus a couple pieces from the Final Four team, there's a good chance we'll be preseason number one. Is that crazy? Alabama basketball preseason number one.
I just don't major. I just don't do the cold. I just don't like cold weather. It's okay for a few days, but if somebody said you don't know Texas, listen. Texas has the weirder weather than any. During the summer, it's 200 degrees, and during the winter, it's 10 below zero.
Billy, I hope they can hit because Alabama has had wonderful pitching the last few years. We just can't hit for nothing. We're always in the top three or four teams. We always make everything the World Series, but our hitting has let us down. We've got the pitching. I hope your cousins can hit. Alabama Alabama softball is ranked. Alabama baseball is ranked. Alabama tennis is in at the tournament. Football team was one win away from winning it all. The basketball team was in the Final Four. Come to the sports mecca that is Alabama.
Well, you need to jump on it, baseball. Oh, good morning, Tara.
Hello. I thought I'd come on the last 12 minutes of your show.
Well, you're
Oh my
welcome.
God. Well, the reason why I came on really is because Scott was talking about that. When he thinks of Wisconsin, he thinks of that scene in The Shining, which is actually really funny because I've lived that. We used to caretake for this big house on the lake that wasn't lived in the winter. I remember in The Shining, like when the kids were riding the big wheels down the wood floor and on the carpet, and they had everything would make like that noise, like the
Right.
doors and everything. That house sounded.
And at night, it was on the lakeside. It had huge windows all along that side of the building. And I don't know, during the day, windows are really nice. They let in light. You can see outside. It's like you're in a night. It's just this black wall of ink in this creepy, creaky 1965 mansion. It was
It was
creepy
a
as
really
hell.
cool house, but like every door you open, you could
I would
hear
never
like the
sleep in it.
click of the knob, and like how, like in The Shining, how they had all
And,
that sound
yeah, and if you don't
sensors.
know what I'm thinking about, that's what I think about when somebody says Wisconsin. That's what I think about.
I've lived that.
Well, and I like when Tom says, "Oh, well, North Carolina's got faults too." Well, 8 months of the year, if you fall asleep outside in North Carolina, are you guaranteed to die? If a kid gets lost in northern Wisconsin, if it's after 7 p.m., 8 months of the year, they just write it off. It's like, okay, well, we're doing a corpse recovery, call a coroner. Because that kid, by now, where the temperatures are down, where no kid could survive even in a parka. Okay, so that's the difference. So that's like saying, oh, I'm sorry to hear you have pancreatic cancer, but you know what? I got this chest cold that's really kicking my butt.
Yeah.
So I can fully relate.
You know what? I'm sure.
There's nothing. If you had a leaking nuclear power plant, it couldn't be worse than northern Wisconsin in North Carolina.
I was talking one time. I mentioned to Nikki. I said, "Man, it's supposed to be cold here. It's gonna be like 25 degrees," and she was like, "I don't even put my shoes on to go out to the mailbox."
Down
And
here I laugh because I go to that horse barn, and it would be like 40, and they walk around with these battery powered heated little jackets. They're like made by Milwaukee Tool. You put batteries in them or something, and then they heat, so they all got like this little red light. I'm like, it's like 40, you guys. Jesus Christ.
When it's 40, like
It's like short
if
weather.
it's like April or May, if it gets up in the 40s, everybody's walking around with t-shirts, and some people are in shorts in northern Wisconsin because they're actually hot because they're used to
You're
being.
so used to the
Your
cold.
house is always like 67, 68 degrees all winter, so you're just used to being cold. It sucks.
Well,
No
Jim's
offense, we still live up
Jim's
there.
getting
God bless.
old. He's getting climatized to the warmer weather. So if you have to go back to Wisconsin for in the wintertime, he's probably
I
going to
don't
be
think I
dressed
would
like an
go back.
Eskimo.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I'd go back to Wisconsin, but there is part of me that I told Jim like Christmas break, I wouldn't mind going somewhere and just go rent snowmobiles and snowmobile for the week just to do it
Yeah, I'm
again.
never living nowhere else. I'm not.
Yeah, but I
They'll
mean, I
bury
could
me in
go.
this state.
I could go be up there for 5 days and go do something, and then come back.
I guess.
I guess.
It's like people go to Europe. I mean, my ancestors left Europe for a good reason. I ain't going back there. If I don't go more than 50 miles from where I am right now
Oh
for the
my
rest of my life, I'll be
God.
fine. I love it here. I wake up every morning and look around and say, it's another beautiful day in the Commonwealth.
Did you see that? Major Wynn
See
says
what?
that Star Wars Empire Strikes Back on Hoth is daily life in Wisconsin.
I've seen winters a lot like
That's
the
what our
Hoth
farm
Cave.
used to look like.
Yeah. I mean, I'd look out the back window from the house, and it'd be like one of those days where with the wind chill, it's 35 below, and I had that open field, and you'd see like the wind whipping across with just carrying the snow with it, and you'd be like, oh man. When you walk out the door and your eyes start to freeze, then you know it's cold out.
There's a movie with Rock Hudson called Ice Station Zebra.
Yeah.
That's Wisconsin about 3 months of the year.
Not all of Wisconsin, though.
Northern Wisconsin.
And northern
yeah.
Wisconsin.
For you youngsters and new to the channels and whatnot, Jim and Tara, when they lived in Wisconsin, they used to do. They had their own channel, and they would do auction videos, what they bought at these live auctions, and they would have like a flatbed trailer with all of their purchases sitting on it, and there's 6-8 inches of snow on the ground. And Jim's out there just
There was 12, 20 inches of snow on the
6-8
ground.
inches of snow. That's late August.
Okay, whatever. There was a lot of snow on the ground, and Jim's out there like he's daggone Vanna White flipping letters, talking about the things they bought. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, you need to put a coat on. I'm freezing to death watching you.
I know.
Now,
My
that's the
hands would
one.
be freezing. I'd
To
be
watch
holding that camera, and my fingers would be freezing, and then you'd be like, "You move around too much." I'm like, "Christ's sake, I'm freezing to death."
Yeah, the
That was what-
arguments in the cold about what y'all found and where y'all got it, those were the best.
Yeah, that's right. and Brandon was like 9. He was a little fella then. Now he's what, 6'3"?
Brandon's taller than me, and he weighs like, I don't know, 220 pounds, I think. So how tall are you, Jim? He's taller than you now.
I'm 5'9".
Yeah, so he's got to be getting close to 5'11" or so.
Yeah.
5'12" maybe.
Well, he can bench a significant amount more than I can. And
Well,
I'm like, well, the weights don't lie. I mean, this kid could kick my butt.
Well, then that's good because you can tell him to get that axe and get up there and split some damn wood. That's
He would do that. He would
What is
go
it?
up there.
You want him to lift like 100-pound sacks of grain, he loves it.
And he used to go up there, and he would go up on the hill and chop a tree down with an axe, not the chainsaw, with an axe. Because his grandmother said, "Oh, your hands are so nice and soft, Brandon." And he got pissed, so he had to have calluses on his
And he
hands.
screamed like a monkey. He chopped the tree down, and he just like a howler monkey, like woo woo. I'm like, that kid's insane.
But yeah, they were so cute. Tara would have to keep Jim under control, which is what most women do, but most wives
I can't
do.
control him. Everybody knows that.
Are you kidding?
Who, me?
You, yeah. I
Tara,
wish I
Tara says, "Jump, Jim," and Jim says, "How high, baby?"
could. Yeah, I wish.
I never
Well,
will
I'll say
forget.
how high, but it doesn't mean I'm actually going to take it down.
I never will forget when Nikki said, "I kind of like Hillary Clinton,"
Yeah, oh, God.
and Tara said, "Hey, Brandon, Tara likes Hillary
Oh,
Clinton. What do
Nikki.
you think about that?" And Brandon goes, "Nikki sucks."
Yeah.
Poor Nikki.
Jeez.
Yeah, I will say he's like,
And
when
Tara's
Biden
all
talks
like,
about,
"Oh, watch your mouth, young man. Hey, hey, hey."
Yeah.
I will
John,
say when Biden talks about the ultra mega MAGA, that's our son anyway.
is it? He's the poster
Yeah,
child for the
yeah, he'll
ultra
probably
mega.
be on the FBI list.
But if you,
Uh,
he's not unusual. If you look at especially young males of his age, they are turning increasingly away from all this insanity and going very conservative very fast. That is
Yeah,
a that is I mean it's
I
a
mean,
significant numbers.
I would call myself like a blue collar type voter. I mean, I came from a blue collar Democrat family. Jim was a Republican voter, but he's like way more conservative probably than me and Jim.
He's a super, super square Chad.
Yeah, okay, I'll tell you a Brandon story.
He's going to be wearing polo shirts with the collar turned up.
Brandon's gonna they offer some summer school program here, so he's gonna do summer school. Now, when I was a kid, you went to summer school because, well, you weren't doing very good in school. He gets straight A's. He's doing it so he can knock off a foreign language and like a health and humanities or something like that because he wants to open up his schedule because next year he wants to take algebra 2 so that he could take calculus. He wants to take algebra 2 and geometry next year so he could take calculus and some college math courses. And I'm just like, who are you? Who are your real parents? I don't know.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for. I was so good at math at everything until I ran into calculus. Somebody made that shit up, and none of it makes any sense.
I don't know. Well, I'm not even good at I wasn't good at algebra. I'm not really a good like math person. And he does good in it, but he's like because he's planning out for this college, like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take these college entry courses or whatever.
I will help him build I helped him build his gravity card. It's driven by weight for physics class. Okay, I helped him with that. But like as far as math questions and stuff like that, he quit asking us about stuff like that 3-4 years ago. I mean, he realizes like me and Tar just like
Stupid old
he's like, yeah, okay,
dinosaurs.
never mind. I'll find a YouTube video on it or something. Just go back to your whatever you dumb people do.
do y'all know who Joe Coy is? He's a Asian American
No, I don't think
comedian.
so.
He's a big, tall,
Yeah.
bald-headed guy. Anyway, he's really funny. Uh, um, actually, his mother was Filipino and his dad was an American. Um, he was talking about his kid, and he said, and he's telling all these jokes, and he starts talking about his kid, and he says, "Let me be serious here for a minute." He says, "We're both failing seventh grade math." So in other words, he was no help either. So you need to take Brandon in and have him X-rayed to make sure he's not an android or something like that because
I don't know, or maybe DNA test and maybe he got switched at the hospital or
he's
something.
thinking
Yeah, I don't
too.
think Tar's really
Maybe his real parents are like some brilliant, mathematician scientists, and they've got this real dumb kid because they got switched to the hospital.
It's gonna be some kind of Lifetime movie switched at birth.
Brilliant intellectual raised by two stupid rednecks still makes it.
Mr. Sadie said, he says, Jim's last words, jump, Tara. Rest in peace, Jim.
Yeah,
uh,
jump off a
I,
cliff.
John Jones, he said, he missed y'all's videos. They were
Uh,
really, you know,
Well, if we ever get
y'all
live
bought some
auctions,
crazy
we're
crap.
doing them again.
Y'all bought some crazy stuff up there. I mean,
yeah.
like the deer heads. And, you did a video about how you shipped those
Yeah,
things,
but
didn't you?
back then when we would do stuff like the deer heads, but shipping has gone up so high, they're so expensive to ship. They're really not worth. They're not enough money in them to worth messing with. It's harder to get the buyer to buy them, it seems.
But my point was is that y'all bought all this kind of crazy stuff, and Jim was out there, making wooden frames and covering it in
Yeah,
cardboard
you
to
don't
ship
do
all
that
this stuff.
anymore.
So they were really cute. I miss them too. But
Yeah,
y'all
the
don't.
blade on my radial arm saw is getting rusty. Now, when I cut something with it, I'm like, oh man, because I mean, that thing used to be shiny. Because I'd use it all the time. I hardly ever use it anymore.
Are y'all still going to live auctions?
There's not a
There
lot of
ain't
live
any.
auctions. They're all
COVID
moving to
killed them. Oh
online.
no, the government's reaction to COVID killed them. Because
Oh,
COVID didn't kill shit, other than a few people. But the government came along and killed all these different businesses.
Well, I
And
think
God
like
rest his. I mean, I'm not hard. I mean, I obviously we all know personally people have died from COVID, but I can tell you this: the government's reaction was, I mean, looking back, let's just face it, was not
okay,
good.
well, let's get off the COVID subject. I
Whatever.
think with some of these auction companies is they realize they probably do better with the high bid, like online type auctions than they do. You got a week, you set it up. You probably don't need as many ring crew people the day of auction.
right.
Everybody's got an ass. They can sit in front of their computer in the relaxation of their house. They're not out in the heat or the rain or the cold or whatever. I think like auction companies are figuring out they probably are getting better prices if they do the online stuff more.
Not the relaxation on your ass. What?
Yeah, because like if you're at an auction, you're on your feet, you're cold, you're hot, you're
Well, you
tired,
can't be
whatever.
anywhere else. You got to
Yeah.
be there.
Everybody can sit in front of their computer on
At
their
night
ass
when
for
everybody's off
3 hours, drinking beer and bidding on crap.
And people can research it.
Yeah.
If you can get enough information on the item, you can, research
and you
it
have a
out.
week to do it. With a live auction, it's a lot of this stuff. The auctioneers don't know what it is, so they don't post it in the pictures or anything. You get there, you're like, holy crap, I know what this is. But if the other person doesn't, they don't have a lot of time to figure it out.
Yeah.
And that gives you a leg up. So
Todd,
it's better for the sellers, probably.
was that Jenny saying "kiss my ass" as she went walking out the door?
Yeah.
Did you give her a treat?
Yeah, she's had treats this morning already. She's begging for more, and I was like, no, you go away.
So you got your
Ooh,
Mr. Sadie said you
Christmas.
got your 2 hour video up.
Yeah, it's only an hour and 43 minutes, I think.
How come Todd did a super long video?
Yeah, it's a compilation of yard sales.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I don't edit. I just throw them up there.
Just run with it. Well, that's the way to do it. You don't want to look too professional.
Well, that was, Dusty and Tristan when they would do their 3 hour videos. They would talk about stuff while they're riding around in the car. It was
And Dusty didn't edit nothing.
no, because he would he was talking, and then all of a sudden he would come back, and you could see where he's pulling his hand back from resetting the camera. He's like, "Sorry, I had to catch a call there." He didn't edit out anything.
Yeah, I think I accidentally left in a clip of my belly and my feet for like
Oh, God.
2 minutes. I didn't know my camera was on, and it's showing me go, ugh, getting into my truck,
Oh boy.
Okay, that's gonna be.
Oh, Scott's gone.
That's gonna be Nikki's. There was that clip where Nikki was getting her soup, and she was sitting out the side of the storage unit at 3 degrees, and she spilled her soup all
I
over
don't.
everything.
I
That
don't
Major
know if
Win, are
you
you doing
guys.
a video this morning?
I don't know if you were really around yet, Tom, and I don't know, maybe Todd was. But do you remember we were on a show and it was Dusty was on there and the girls and I was there and Nikki used to drive this van before it broke down and something happened where like the van door flew open or fell off or something and she had this auction shit was falling off the car. She's going down the road. Anyway, it was like one of the last things where she's driving. She used to have a conversion van or something, didn't she, Joe?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hold on just a
it was
second.
right
Major
before the
Win,
van died.
if you're still here, you're going to do your show, then how about you can throw your link up real fast like. And everybody go over there and hang out with them for 30 minutes because he does shorts. They do short shows.
Short shows.
Yep, short shows. Anyway, I guess it's 10 o'clock. He's already over there, and I gotta
Yeah.
go. I've got vets and run get to. I gotta go to my favorite one of my favorite places in the world, and that's Tractor Supply.
Oh.
I gotta go
My
pick up
favorite
some
place
cat
is the
litter.
bathroom.
Huh?
Okay. My favorite place.
My
is
favorite place is the bathroom.
at
Oh,
Tractor
is
Supply.
it?
That's where I like to eat.
I had never been into a Tractor Supply until Roberta said, um, "We need to try this bedding that people use for cat litter." And honestly, it is good.
Mm.
I mean, if you got indoor cats, that's where you want to go and get its bedding pellets. I don't smell anything. Uh,
Is it
and
like
it's
the kind of pellets they put in horse stalls?
yeah, it's bed. Yeah, it's little pellets, and
Yeah, the pelletized bedding.
I think it's got. I think they have like on the front of it is like horses, cats, and rabbits.
Mm. It's quite a broad spectrum: horses, cats, and rabbits.
I don't remember whether it's Tractor Supply brand or not,
Well, they all
Vanessa.
piss and poop. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Just some
Anyway,
fits more than others.
you can buy you can buy a 25-pound bag for the price of a 5-pound bag of cat litter.
Mm.
Anyway, gotta
So you don't
go.
have cat litter dust all over your house.
Yeah, I got to go. I got a vet appointment. And
All
y'all
right.
have a great, yeah, it's the pine stuff, Vanessa. Y'all have a great day. Thank y'all for coming in. Todd, we'll see you later. Everybody go over to Major Wind's channel and watch your show.
All
All
right.
right.
Have a
Have a
good
great
day.
day. Bye.